President Uhuru Kenyatta and his elder brother Raila Odinga yesterday received the Building Bridges Initiative report in Kisii. But one man was clearly missing in action: the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. Where was Dr. Ruto? That's the question which most Kenyans are actually asking. Because William Ruto is not your ordinary citizen. He is the principal assistant to the president, which means in ideal situation, the deputy president ought to have been present, but he was missing. I don't want to get into details about his presence or absence, because I know for sure that his presence and absence is significant, politically speaking. And I'm going to do a comprehensive video on that matter in the subsequent video. Why the deputy president was missing in action, and probably what next after President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga received that report. What next for the deputy president? But for now, I want us to look at the visit by President Uhuru Kenyatta, specifically to Kisumu and to some extent to Nyanza. Because we all know that President Uhuru Kenyatta went to Kisii for the Mashujaa Day. And it's not the first time the president is going outside Nairobi for such events. He's been to Meru, he's been to Narok, and several other places. The president went to Kisii on Tuesday, and then he spent his night in Kisii. Yesterday, the president spent his night in Kisumu. And we all remember that while in Kisii, President Uhuru Kenyatta announced to the entire country that he was going to go next from Kisii, because where he was launching that project, he announced publicly that he was headed from there. He was headed to Nyamira, and then from Nyamira he was going to fly to Kisumu. And indeed, Kisumu people were ready to receive President Uhuru Kenyatta. I remember at some point I took a friend to the airport, and along the road, people were actually lining up, waiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta, waiting for Raila Odinga. And people were actually lining up, waiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to arrive. Unfortunately for them, the president and Raila Odinga did not land at the airport. Their plane landed at the port. You know, there's a difference between the airport and the port. So the question is, what is... So I saw a lot of people were really disappointed that the president actually did not pass by through the road where they had expected him to pass. So that also tells you something. That the people of Nyanza, because the politics of Nyanza, you can actually measure it from Kisumu, were eagerly awaiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know how he is going to be received today, but what I know, yesterday, people were eagerly awaiting for him. But what is President Uhuru Kenyatta's main mission to Kisumu? Because let's face it, there is no way the president can spend in Kisii, then again come and spend in Kisumu. I am aware that the president, after arriving from Kisii or from Nyamira, went to the port. Then from the port, he went to the Kisumu Yacht Club. And there he enjoyed his samaki. And I'm sure, because anatumia hizi vitu zenye zimetengenezwa na mkono ya binadamu, I am sure they also enjoyed that. And there's also something which is very interesting. I don't know if there's any other place the president has visited the way he has visited Kisumu. Because the president has been making some secret meetings. Some people realize, some people don't even realize, to Kisumu. But what was President Uhuru Kenyatta's mission to Kisumu? Why is President Uhuru Kenyatta in Kisumu? In my view, I think 5 reasons. Number one, I think the president and his elder brother are keen on creating or building the Building Bridges Initiative momentum. They want to create a momentum for the BBI. The report will be launched on Monday. The president and his brother received the report in Kisii. That's the reality. So they need a momentum for the launch on Monday. So tell me which other place is better than Kisumu. Tell me. So I'm convinced that the president and his brother are here to build the momentum for the Building Bridges Initiative report. Remember, there's been these stories that there's some kind of resistance towards the Building Bridges Initiative process. So tomorrow we'll confirm whether people are opposed to it or whether people are actually embracing the Building Bridges Initiative report. And I can confirm because I witnessed people lining up waiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta. I only saw those during the Moi era. But depending on the outcome of their trip in Kisumu tomorrow, is going to have a huge influence on the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. If the outcome is going to be massive, then President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to deliver a very powerful speech. Raila Odinga will also deliver a very powerful speech. And it will be on a Thursday. Then on Saturday, on Friday, people will relax a bit. On Saturday and Sunday, and then on Monday, now the report will be publicly launched. So I'm sure that President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually in Kisumu to help build the momentum for the Building Bridges Initiative process ahead of the launch on Monday. That's number one. Number two, President Uhuru Kenyatta is also keen on his legacy projects. In Kisumu, there are so many projects. But I was really disappointed today because those who are in Kisumu, you realize there was this road between Kondele heading to Kakamega just before the Mamboleo Junction. That stretch. The last time the president was here, I made to understand there was some court case. So the last time the president was here, which was in 2018 or 19, that road had not been completed. By today, that road, it was just still the way it was, or it has been. Then I was coming from up around 8 p.m. Then I saw people, government officials, Kenyan officials, now trying to make that road because the president is going to use it. That should not be allowed to happen. Those guys should actually account. So my point is, President Uhuru Kenyatta is in Kisumu to personally supervise some of his legacy projects. There are 3 already in Kisumu, or 4. There is the interchange at Ahero, going to Kisii. That road is now smooth all the way from Kisii, and I think it's almost reaching Ahero. Then there is the Mamboleo showground. A stadium is coming up there, named Kenyatta Stadium. So Uhuru, I'm told, is very keen on that stadium. That stadium will host the Afri-Cities next year. So they want to complete it, I think, within 6 months or so. So it's also a huge project in Mamboleo here. And then there is the port. The port is also a huge legacy project for President Uhuru Kenyatta. And apart from that, the president will also launch another market called Uhuru Market. Remember, those who are conversant with Kisumu, there's the stage there, the bus stop stage. So it's being transferred or relocated to somewhere else. And the government pumped in lots of money to that project. So the president is also going to supervise that project. So I'm sure that President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually keen on legacy projects. Because once those 4 or 5 projects are completed, President Uhuru Kenyatta will be remembered for those projects, especially in these sides of the Republic of Kenya and after the handshake. Number 3, I also believe that President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually out to correct some past mistake, what we can call historical mistakes the father committed. And remember, when Mzee Jomo Kenyatta came to Kisumu, aligongwa na mayai. Uhuru Kenyatta was almost finding himself in such a situation before the handshake. But he realized and thought so fast. And Uhuru decided to have the handshake. And to cement that particular handshake, Uhuru decided that by the time he will be leaving office, nobody will throw him with the rotten eggs. He wants to leave office when the people of Nyanza are happy with him. And I once opined on this platform that it's not by coincidence. Uhuru Kenyatta has realized that he has a generation, and the generation actually will continue using the name Kenyatta. And because of those past historical mistakes, if they are not fixed today, their sons, their daughters, their granddaughters, their grandsons, their grandchildren, and great ones will still be haunted by those past historical mistakes. So this is the time for the president to fix those historical mistakes so that the family will not continue carrying the burden which probably the father committed. And that's why he's coming to Nyanza, spending his night here, enjoying his samaki. The president then is launching programs and projects which are actually tangible. So by the time his term will come to an end, the president will actually have something for the people of Nyanza. And that historical injustice or the historical mistake shall have been forgotten. So I'm sure he's also trying to correct that. Number 4, let me whisper this. Raila Odinga presidency is a reality. That's what I'm reading. I was told yesterday that the Building Bridges Initiative report was actually supposed to be launched in Nyanza. But that idea was cancelled at last minute. Not Nyanza, in Luo Nyanza. But that idea was cancelled at last minute. Because there was a feeling that if it was going to be launched in Nyanza, Tanga guys were going to make it appear as a Luo affair. And that's why they opted for Kisii, because the first Building Bridges Initiative rally was held in Kisii. But ideally, initial plans was that this project, the Building Bridges Initiative was going to be launched here. And I was talking to someone and he told me, my friend, look here, these guys are just showing you power. Power is in Kisii and tomorrow it will be in Kisumu. And probably you never know, the president might decide to go to Bondo. So basically, power has been in Kisii and Kisumu. So he's telling people that there's a chance that I can support Raila Odinga and even Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And if you listened to his speech where he was trying to defend Fred Matiang'i, then something will tell you that the president probably has a feeling for Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And if not of Fred Okengo Matiang'i, then I can assure you that there is a possibility that the president is going to support Raila Odinga for the presidency in 2022. And lastly, it's about the handshake. So many people predicted that the handshake was not going to last for even 3 months. Up to now, the handshake has outlived the detractors. So the president and Raila Odinga are just telling everybody who cares that the handshake is still here and it is here to stay. That's how I'm interpreting their presence in Kisumu. The handshake was between the 2 brothers. The 2 brothers were in Kisii, now they are in Kisumu, hosted by Raila Odinga himself. And the other thing you need to note is that all these are coming after the trip by the elders to Bondo. I don't know what you think, but let me know your thoughts on this particular matter. Why do you think the president is in Kisumu? Or let me put it differently. Why do you think the president has a kind of liking for Kisumu, especially after the handshake? Let me know your thoughts on that matter in the comment section. And if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. I don't know what you think. Let me read your comments on this matter. And tomorrow I'm going to do another video on what next for William Samoei Ruto after President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga received the Building Bridges Initiative report in his absence. Let me know your thoughts on that also. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.